Hello everybody, Avion Solar here for another PCSO training video, and today we're going to be looking at making an arrest and processing a suspect. Let us begin by looking at how to make an arrest. Step 1. The first thing you need to do is decide if it is actually necessary to arrest someone and take them back to a police station, or can the matter be dealt with where you are. For example, if you have found someone who has been speeding, there is no need to arrest them and take them back to the police station. You can simply issue them a ticket at the side of the road. Step 2. Initiation. Once you've decided that something is too serious to be dealt with at the side of the road and that an arrest needs to be made, you first need to initiate on the suspect. In the police force, we do not like officers using hands up or die as initiation, as it is very aggressive, and as police officers we should not be threatening to kill people. Instead, it is preferred that you tell them to put their hands up or they will be shot, or to put their hands up or you will shoot.
Only one entrance, or this is where he was.
Right, sir, hands on your head now or I shoot you. If the suspects can't see you because they're on the other side of a wall or inside a building, you should also make sure you identify yourself as being the police by saying something along the lines of, "This is the police, place your hands on your head or we will fire upon you." Once you have initiated on someone, they are your responsibility until you die, they die, another officer takes them from you, or you are finished role-playing with them. Step 3. Whisper out. You should immediately whisper out that you have initiated on someone. For example, if I had initiated on ABR at the copper trader, I would whisper, "Avion Solar to all units. We are initiated with ABR at the copper trader. Over." This is so that all of the units know that initiation has taken place and that they may be fired on if they are in the area. Step 4. Restrain the suspect. You now need to restrain the suspect, and this can be achieved by pressing the Shift and R keys on your keyboard. Whilst they are being restrained, you should inform the suspect why they are under arrest, and I also like to caution them at this point. It's not required, but I find it adds a little bit more to your roleplay. Once they're in restraints, it's a good idea to seize their communications by pressing the left Windows key and selecting the Seize Communications option.
Oopsie. Okay. No way.
You're under arrest for dangerous driving and obstruct police. You do not have to say anything in army defence if you do not mention when questions are later in court, and if you do say make you know. Step 5. Transportation back to the PD. Escort the suspect to your vehicle by pressing the left Windows key and selecting the Escort option. Walk them over to your police vehicle and place them inside it. Use the left Windows key and select Put in Vehicle. Finally, drive them back to the police station. Remember to roleplay with them on the way. Yes.
Oh, I know you. You took my GPS. Oh. Don't do that again. Oh, I stole your car, by the way. Never mind.
Alright, you're further under arrest for a theft of a police vehicle. You're
Yeah,
still under
alright.
caution.
No, you took. No way. You took again. No way. You're not giving again. Hello.
Let's now quickly talk about use of force. In the example video, you can see that the suspect was NAS compliant. However, this is not always going to be the case, and if a suspect is resisting by refusing to place their hands up, running away, or opening fire upon you, you should use appropriate force to stop them, such as knocking them down, stunning them with a taser or stun gun, or shooting them. But remember, lethal force should only be used if someone presents a threat to life, such as them being armed or them driving a vehicle. Here is another example of an arrest. Alright, driver, place your hands on your head. You're under arrest for dangerous driving.
No, I thought you were pulling over, so I overtook
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questions are later in court, and if you do say, it may be in evidence. Kilo 321, it's been advised of initiated with Pop Jamie inside Kavala. No assistance required. Over. Alright, sir, I'll take you to PD. We can have a chat. Let us now talk about how to process a suspect. Once you are back at the police station, pull the suspect out of your vehicle by pressing the left Windows key and selecting the Pull Out option. Escort the suspect inside the police station and ideally into the interview room. However, if this is in use, no worries, just find another quiet place inside the police station. Once you've done this, stop escorting the suspect and then introduce yourself to them. Inform them your rank, name, and what department you're from, or reminding them why they are under arrest. Okie dokie, so let me introduce myself. I'm Chief Inspector Avion Solar of the Kavala Police Department. The time by my watch is 10:27 on the 4th of December 2020, and we're in an interview room at Kavala Police Station. We've been brought here today under arrest on suspicion of interfering with a police vehicle with the intent to steal it. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something that you later on in court, and if you do say, may be given evidence. Do you understand that, sir? Ask them for their name and confirm this by asking to see proof of identification, such as their driver's licence or firearms licence. If they say they have these on them, you can check this by using the left Windows key and selecting the Licenses option. You'll notice the player's name will appear at the top right of the dialog box that opens. Once you have the player's name, check the warrant database, or have another officer check it for you to find out if they are wanted for anything. If they are wanted, inform the suspect that they are wanted and what they are wanted for. As the suspect is under arrest, you should now search them. Inform the suspect that you will be searching them and give them the opportunity to own up to any illegal items they have on them. Then press the left Windows key and select the search option. This will go through their virtual inventory and confiscate any illegal items they have on them. You should then press the left Windows key again and select the inventory option. And look through the player's inventory. Make sure you check their clothing, vest and backpack. Search for any illegal items, specifically firearms.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. Can I ask your name, please?
It's Douglas.
Okay, Mr. Douglas. Do you have any form of identification you can prove that? A driver's license, firearms license, anything like that?
I've got a drug license.
Okay, whereabouts would that be located, sir?
That'll be on my right cheek.
Alright, sir, I'll give you a quick search for that. Anything else I should know about? Any firearms, illegal items, or sharp objects?
No, sir. The only thing I've got is 50 wives, 100 kids, and we're all starving.
Yes, sir, I will be
I have
searching.
to take drastic measures, sir. When you
Once you've completed your search, it is now time to let the suspect account for their actions and give their side of the story. You should listen to what the suspect is saying, and I personally like to keep a little notebook in front of me so I can make notes about what is being said. When the suspect has finished giving their side of the story, you should ask them to clarify any points that you're unclear about. This is also your opportunity to challenge any points of the suspect's account that you believe to be false. Alright, so I did notice you're in possession of a snap gun, sir. Why you are aware that's a legal item, I take it?
sir, I was given that by some random homeless guy. He's like, oh, use this to feed your family.
Okay, sir. So tell me what was happening at Cavallo Square. Why was the alarm going on that police car you were next to?
I'll start from the very beginning. I was begging for money outside the station, police station. No one heard my cries. I went home. The family's starving. 5 kids died. Sorry, it's a very emotional time.
Nice try, nice try.
About one. Sorry. Now 5 of my kids had passed on, so I've had to like do a lot. Like, and I saw a police car, met a homeless guy. He was like, "Oh, take this. You could earn for your family." And that's how you got there, sir.
Okay, do you remember that guy's name or what he was wearing at all?
No,
Okay, sir. So,
I robbed a Hato guy with a like he just straight up just gave it to me right afterwards, and I shot him in the leg.
I'm sorry, you robbed a hater guy, then shot him in the leg.
No, I told him to stop, and I shot him in the leg. He kept running.
All right, sir. How did you do that? You don't appear to have a firearm on you.
Oh no, I didn't shoot with a gun. I shot him with a slingshot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, sir. So, let's keep going. So, what was happening with the car in Cavallo Square then? Why were you next to that? Were you trying to break into it?
Well, so a friend of mine, a homeless guy, that he returned a cop car, and he got 5 mil. So I was just thinking, oh, I could probably do that. I also need mouth feed, sir.
So, your way to return a police car was to steal it first.
Yes.
All right, sir. So, what's going to happen now? I'm going to go over to the warrant computer and check your name against the database. Is there anything I should know about before I search it? Obviously, you've already disclosed to me that you assaulted a Hato officer with a slingshot. Anything else I should know about?
I've had to eat one of my kids.
Whoa, that's disgusting, sir. Absolutely disgusting. Once all this has been completed, it's now time to decide what to do with the suspect. When you're making your decision, you should consider the crimes they've committed, any possible defences they've raised, the sentencing guidelines, and their attitude. Remember, always reward good roleplay. For example, if the sentencing guidelines say someone should face a £50,000 ticket, however, they've offered some good roleplay, consider cutting that in half. Alright, sir. There's no outstanding warrants for you at the moment. What's going to happen though, because you have committed the attempted theft of a government vehicle, as well as admitting to assaulting a Hato officer, is I'm going to be issuing you a fine today of 10,000, okay?
Oh, sir, I got enough money.
Also, if you do fail to pay the fine, you will have to go to prison. So I'll just go fill out the
Sir,
paperwork.
You're charging a poor man.
Alright, sir. Here's your first attempt. Please sign the bottom, sir.
I put my
Alright.
friend's name.
Thank you very much. Right, I'll escort you out of the station and you're free to go.
Thank you, officer. Now,
Here's another example of processing a suspect.
Where are you taking me?
Just somewhere for us to chat. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm Chief Inspector Avion Solo with the Cavallo Police Department. The time by my watch is 15:30 on the 4th of December 2020, and we are in Cavallo Police Station. Can I have your name, please?
Yes, my name is Dominus.
Okay, Mr. Dominus, you've been brought here under arrest for murder of a police officer who was operating the right line of duty. Before we can discuss this, I do have to caution you. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something that later on in court. If you do say, may give evidence. Do you understand that, sir?
But what are you on about? I haven't done anything.
Well, that's for us to establish. So, let's start with your name. Do you have any form of identification that can prove that? A driver's license, firearms license, anything like that?
Yeah, my driver's license should be like between my ass cheeks in my underwear.
Alright, so I will be giving you a search while I look for it. Anything I should know about? Do you have any firearms on you, illegal items, or sharp objects?
Yeah, I have a BB gun.
That'll be quite thorough my search, so just bear in mind I will have to check all your pockets, under your shirt, around your neckline, and make sure everything's clear of any objects.
So are we talking a hefty fine?
Can I get your name, please?
Right, so, well, I'll tell you what. I'll have a little discussion with my fellow officer in a second, and we'll see what we're going to do. But for now, do you mind just
Okay,
giving me
right,
your
this
name?
one's unresponsive.
Alright, sir, can you confirm this is the firearm that was on you?
I have my ID in my backpack, you can check.
Yeah, that's my BB gun.
The identification on you, like.
Okay, sir, to test it's a BB gun, I am going to step outside and going to conduct some firing exercises with it, as I believe this may have been the murder weapon. So if you'll excuse me a second.
Sorry,
Yes,
my eyes
yeah,
are a
your
bit
driver's
dodgy.
license
You
doesn't
look,
match what you gave me. I'm just going to have a check on the system. to see
Clear
what-
downrange, clear downrange.
Sir, then we'll probably just have to take the weapon at all.
Right, I'll just say. Oh.
What's a glitch?
Oh. Alright, so yeah, Liam. Can we get a check on Liam, please?
What's a game?
Liam.
Alright, sir, well,
This
after
isn't a
having
game,
a look
this
at
is
your
real
warrants,
life.
it
I don't
seems
know
that
what
you've been a bit more of a naughty boy.
Okie doke, sir, I have to conduct some primary tests on this firearm. I find it fires a 9.9mm cartridge, ejects spent cases, and fits a 9mm magazine perfectly. I'm therefore
Well,
of the belief that this is a live firearm and not a BB gun, as you've stated.
but
Because
with
that,
listen,
on the
with-
let me finish, sir.
listen.
Let me finish.
With
So at this
may I
time,
talk?
let me finish speaking, then you'll have an opportunity to. So at this time, I'm requiring you to provide me with a firearms license to prove you are eligible to carry a firearm such as this. Do you have a firearms license on you, sir?
Yeah, it should also be. I think it's in my belly button.
Yeah, but how did it get there? What, did you drive it there?
Right, Officer George.
Oh, perhaps it's like in my fanny pack that's attached to my belt.
No, sir, I found your firearms license. All right, sir. So why did you initially say it was a BB gun?
You're going to be having 3 chances to pay it. If you fail on your 3rd chance,
Because with regard to my reference frame, it's a BB gun because I typically use RPGs, you know, in my daily agenda.
Before I proceed any further with you, I'm going to be taking that gun off your shoulder.
Alright, sir. hold-
Sorry, say that again. I'm not following, sir.
Yeah, I said that everything is relative, you know. With regard to my frame of reference, that definition is actually suitable.
Not really, sir, because a BB gun is specifically designed to fire ball-bearing pellets, whereas that is a live firearm designed to fire rounds, which aren't BB pellets.
Okay, you've made yourself very clear. Thank you.
Okay, dokie, sir. So it is alleged that on the 4th of December 2020, you shot a police officer by the name of Bucky in Cavala Square. A male wearing naked clothing carrying a 9mm pistol was seen to conduct the shooting and then make off from the scene. This male was then tracked down and is believed to be you, as you are the only person who was found to be wearing such clothing and carrying such weaponry as identified in the vicinity.
Hey,
Do you have
listen,
anything to say
you're
about that,
wrong.
sir? Oh, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it turns out when I ran away and then I actually got rid of my clothing.
You crashed my plane.
So you ran away and got rid of your clothing. So, wait, was it you, sir, then?
Yes, I fully admit I committed wrongdoing, but I respect your constabulary still, and I'm very, very sorry.
Okay, why did you feel the need to shoot a police officer?
Because, oh shit, perhaps you should check on that.
No need, sir. There's plenty of other officers in the police station.
Okay, well, you know the guy you were restraining. He was my friend, so I interpret the situation as quite threatening and equivalent with initiating.
Sir,
That is not the case, sir, especially inside the city.
have decided that we will be
Therefore,
taking
based on what you've
Oh,
said,
yeah,
I have
I'm
no
sorry, this is a
no
green
choice.
area. Am I correct?
Therefore, sir, based on what you've said, I've got no choice but to convict you of the murder of a police officer who was actually in the line of duty. Based on this, this carries a mandatory prison sentence of 15 months.
which was very safe, by the way.
Do you have anything to say before sentence is passed?
I will be sending you to prison.
Please reconsider. I can pay a hefty fine.
13 months.
That's not going to happen, sir. It is a mandatory prison sentence for attempt for murder of a police officer.
Well,
Sir, do you need
if that is everything you have to waver in my situation, I'm gonna say fuck you, basically.
Well, that's not very nice. The last part of this video is going to be a full situation from me arriving on the scene of a shooting all the way through to releasing the suspect after processing them. What,
Don't worry, mate. I'm getting your blood transfusion now.
Pink shirt.
Type Z,
Hey.
bro. Type
what's
Z.
happening here, guys?
This man killed him. Shot him. Shot him. He killed him,
Suck
officer.
my dick and inflate me, bitch. Huh?
Is that true?
This man in the pink
Purple
shirt.
shirt.
Yeah, he
He
shot
shot
two
two
people
of us and killed us.
as you can hear,
He's
he
killed
basically
us
said,
twice
"I
now.
want
Right, guys, one at a time. I can't understand if you're all speaking.
Officer, that man in the purple shirt has killed me twice.
I concur.
He will not refuse.
He killed
And
that
he
guy
killed
named
another
Mark.
guy.
Yeah,
You are
Mark over
currently
there.
alive, fam. Fuck you talking
Yeah, I
about?
was thinking that's very strange.
Oi, shut up. Shut up.
Oh, sir, no need to get aggressive.
Pay it with a fucking gay pink shirt. You fucking.
Oi, there's no need for that.
What the fuck?
I'm only
Solo?
joking, I'm only joking. It's only banter, bro. Chill out.
Sorry,
Officer.
Mr. Medic Man.
Right.
Do you mind?
Mr. Hater, did you
giving
see
us
what
some
happened
blood?
here?
I'll just give you some blood.
Yeah, this
I'll
man
give
in the
you any more,
purple
you'll be
shirt
fucking overdosing on
shot
blood.
that man across the street and then shot Chrissy on
What'd
the
you
floor.
say there, Medic?
Okay, was there any reason for it? Do you know what? Did you see, or was it unprovoked?
I heard.
I saw it.
I just heard the gunshots turn around and he was on the floor. Saw him put a gun away.
I saw what
Oi,
happened.
Chief Inspector Boring.
Okay, so what happened?
He was just. This man on the floor was just talking to him, and next thing I know, he pulls out his gun and shoots him in the head.
How do you know that?
Hey, don't worry about this guy. He's raped boring at Christmas party.
Officer, somebody shot at me.
Raped boring at Christmas parties, don't you know?
I'm trying to deal with something at the moment, sir.
Right down the road.
Alright, mate. Based on what's been said, I'm going to be arresting you at this time, so place your hands on your head, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna revive you now.
Guy shot my car.
Alright, mate. At the moment in time, you're under arrest for grievous bodily harm. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something later on in court. Anything you do say may be in evidence.
Can you say this somewhere else? Cause I can't hear shit. There's a lot of people here. You take me somewhere else.
Thank you, officer. I would
No, sir, I'll
definitely
take you to PD and we can have a chat.
lying here.
I hope you're not
Cheers,
here.
Bruh.
I wear purple
While
shirt.
under arrest.
Enjoy jail, bitch.
Get hold against you. There's bullets.
Talk a little bit slower. So speed talking competition inside?
Apparently so.
Why you give me 100 crab ticket? It sounds like some bingo announcer dude inside, just like.
Yeah, I know. I think we're saying something about 100k ticket if you don't pay it, you're to prison.
Hey, I know
Oh,
this sounds weird, but I want to join the police forces, where I can make a appeal. Application.
Alright, so let me introduce myself. I'm Chief Inspector Avion Solo of the Kavala Police Department. The time by my watch is 14:46 on the 4th of December 2020 and we're in an interview room at Kavala Police Station. You've been brought here under arrest on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm. Before I can discuss this with you, I do have to caution you. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something that you later on in court. Everything you do say may be in evidence. You understand that, sir?
I understand that.
Okie dokie, sir. So, start. What's your name, fella?
My name's Luke Moonwalker.
Okay, Mr. Luke Wilmore. Do you have any identification that can prove that? A driver's license, firearms license, anything like that?
I've got my driver's license in the top hole of my skating helmet, just like rolled up and like squeezed down there.
Alright, so I might have to take off your helmet to get to it, but I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's the safest place to keep it, I've heard. It's in Forbes magazine. That's how all the billionaires do it. So I want to be like them one day.
Alright, so I'll just put your helmet back in your backpack for you. I'll just quickly patch myself up because I appear to have been a little bit injured there. Alright, sir, so tell me about what's happening at Cavallo Square.
Alright. Well, it's hard to explain it without, talking outside of this island, because a lot of the things that went down there wasn't supposed to actually happen. But if I should explain it the best possible way, those two guys that I shot weren't supposed to be there, first of all.
Kind of like they were
So
ghosts.
Huh?
Kind of like they were ghosts or zombies risen from the dead, that sort of.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, they turned to ghosts after an incident that no one knows of. Turned to ghosts, came back, started shouting a lot of shit at me, being super toxic. And then I decided to, Ghostbusters them because they weren't supposed to be there. And that's sort of around the time you came up, because I was just tired of hearing ghosts calling me all sorts of red shirt faggot and stuff like that. Just worse than that. I don't really have the creativity to come up with anything near the things they told me. But yeah, I decided to get rid of them. Unfortunately, that's around the time you came up. That's why I didn't bother running away, because anyone could probably explain it in a way you would understand.
Alright, yeah, no worries, sir. Based on the explanation, I will be released. You see, I hope you understand why I had to arrest you and the appearances it would have given off if I hadn't have done so.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. Let me just unrestrain you. You'll, there you go, sir.
Thank you.
Hey, officer, suck
If you just want to collect that.
Yeah.
For my own safety,
You
I
can
thought.
leave, the ghosts are outside.